Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the INT Androids 17 and 18 and just how good they are in DBZ Dokkan Battle at 55% in the hidden potential system. Now at the time of filming this video I did not have them, but I actually did a YOLO summon and ended up getting them, which I didn't even film because it was a YOLO summon, but yeah, so at the time I didn't have them, I do now, but still managed to find some friends over 55%. They are a tournament participants, which is a new category, or siblings bond category lead of 170%. They have an additional 30% HP attack and defense for characters who belong to Reps of Universe 7 or joined forces, which is pretty good. They greatly raise attack and defense on their super attack, and if they are performing their unit super attack, they massively raise attack and defense, cause immense damage to the enemy, and raise all allies' attack by 35% for 2 turns, which is very impressive. They have an active skill condition, which can be, the unit skill requirement is to have a Goku in the turn, youth, Captain Ginyu, etc. excluded. In terms of their passive, they activate the entrance animation once only, randomly change key spheres of a certain type, INT excluded, to rainbow for 4 turns from start of turn when there's another Reps Universe 7 category ally on the team. They have attack of 170%, defense of 180%, an additional attack and defense of 50%, and reduced damage received by 35% when performing a super attack. They'll get an additional attack of 50% and a high chance of performing a crit with 7 or more key spheres obtained. They give tournament participants, category allies, key plus 2 attack and defense of 35% and an additional key plus 1 attack and defense of 17 and 18% respectively, with 7 or more key spheres obtained. They have an additional attack plus 59% when performing a super attack, and they will force the enemy super attacks within the character's attacking turn if there's an ally whose character's name is Goku attacking in the same turn. Their active skill can be activated from the 5th turn when HP is 78% or less, and changes tech key spheres to INT key spheres. So they kind of have like a sustained ability to maintain their 7 orb passive. Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, The Innocence, and Fierce Battle are their link sets, and they have Universal Survival Saga, Androids, Reps of Universe 7, Joined Forces, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, Superheroes, and tournament participants as their categories. Because of how big an impact having a Goku is for them, I highly suggest basically that you only really run them on USS, Reps of Universe 7, Joined Forces, Superheroes, or tournament participants. Wherever you can nab a Goku is more than fine, but yeah, outside of that, realistically speaking, there's not a lot that you gain from not having a Goku. Like, having Goku does a lot. The ability to force these super attacks, the extra 50% damage, the additional 2-turn buff is all really good. It changes them from being a mediocre floating unit to being an exceptional floating / second slot unit. And so having a Goku's, I don't always like to say it, but it definitely feels like they need it to really function super well. In terms of linking partners, they link up pretty well with any Android 17, any Android 18. Personally speaking, I think they're really quite solid. They're one of those units that, for me, they're 1 or 2 buffs to their team away to being really, really, really solid. We're getting an LR UI Goku, the Strength UI Goku, Easy Aim. Next anniversary, the 6th year LRs will probably be Easy Aim. Strength SSBK Goku is still very, very good. We could be getting some Tournament of Power units. We'll probably get some soon, or at least for Worldwide Celebration. So the thing is they're a unit that, yes, they are a bit dependent on their team, because the thing is they're so well integrated into what they give the team. Giving the team 2-turn buffs, giving the team over 50% support, giving the team just a huge amount of presence and buffing and ability is all very important. It's It's all tremendously important. The big thing, ultimately, at the end of the day, is that yes, as the team gets stronger, their presence and their value will grow. The amount of utility they provide is pretty insane, like really, really insane. And I think for me, it's a really good starting point. Yeah, honestly, it's always super impressive when you have units that work like this or function like this, that are doing such a really good, impressive job. So yeah, it's they definitely 100% are a fantastic unit. And I think for me, they are really solid and just bring a really good kind of presence to essentially the USS TOP kind of teams. Tournament participants as a category as well is very good. You can see them here doing some really nice numbers as well, which I think is very impressive. Obviously, prioritizing their link set is a bit difficult because obviously they link very well with Android 17s and 18s, but you can get a couple that are very good floaters. For example, on USS, you could link them with MVP 17, no problem. That's not really a big issue at all. So you've got a really solid linking partner almost immediately from that perspective. Then if we can get an EZA at some point for the INT LR17, you've got two. So there is definitely a good kind of premise, and that INT LR17 definitely functions very similar to this one. So if that LR can get his kind of like EZA and he can be very solid, then yeah, I think you could see a very dangerous kind of floating duo occurring here. And I think the 2-turn buff will be very important, especially when you have two of them. Then you can kind of keep that buff constantly going, which I think is valuable. It's very valuable. So yeah, but that's basically it for me. Honestly, I think very good unit, a lovely unit with a great kit that just needs a little bit of a push here or there, and all of a sudden will be like a really good top tier pick, like just a really good top tier solid option for almost any team. Like literally almost any team will be a really good pickup. So yeah, definitely super good, super solid, and very impressive. Link-wise, shocking speed, tournament power, got enough coverage for everything. A little bit obviously Android orientated, so Android Assault and things like that. And in terms of build, you definitely probably, at least for me, you want to go additionals and evasion. Evasion will help because their start turn defense, especially at 55%, is not crazy. And also they will then get additionals, which will help to boost. Additionals will apply the 2-turn buff twice, which is very good. Bye.